In provincial politics now, Ontario opposition parties are accusing the Ford government of padding their housing stats as the province tries to stay on pace to reach their ambitious target of 1.5 million homes built by 2031. Louis Butko has more on that.
In a letter sent to the city of Mississauga last month, Ontario Housing Minister Paul Calandra told the municipality his office is continuing to explore, quote, other institutional housing, such as student residence and retirement homes, when it comes to reaching their often touted housing pledge made during the 2021 campaign. Back in February, the Ford government began including long-term care beds as housing, despite opposition parties saying it artificially inflates the numbers. According to the Canadian Mortgage and Housing Corporation, a housing start is defined as the beginning of construction work where a dwelling unit will be located, but that it does not include dwellings without their own entrance, kitchen, and bathrooms, which would include student residence and nursing homes. Today in question period, opposition leader Meritt Styles criticized the government's potential expansion of what a housing start is.
First, they added long-term care beds to the count, and now they're adding dorm rooms, Speaker. Dorm rooms. I mean, you can't even have a microwave in a dorm room. My goodness, that is not a home. What's next?
But the housing minister defended the possibility of adding student accommodations to their totals.
I think that really highlights the difference between progressive Conservatives and Liberal and NDP, right? So student housing shouldn't count, according to the Leader of the Opposition. So when we say we're going to invest in student housing so that students can have a home, they say it shouldn't count, Mr. Speaker.
What are they going to count next? You know? Jail cells? I mean, come on.
Liberal MPP and parliamentary leader John Fraser tells CHCH News the Ford government keeps moving the goalposts when it comes to their housing goals.
The government is continuing to change the definition of a housing start. I mean, I think what most reasonable people believed, and we were led to believe, is that it was about building homes where you could raise a family or live as a couple or live as an individual in neighborhoods. And so you can't raise a family in a long-term care bed, and you can't do it in a dorm room.
Meanwhile, Liberal leader Bonnie Crombie was also at Queen's Park Tuesday, where she announced her party will table a transportation bill that, among other measures, would require any property Metrolink sells to include 20% affordable housing. In Hamilton, Louis Butko, CHCH News.